how is everything in your part of the country right now? It's different everywhere.
Oh man, so Arizona has a pretty bad, had a pretty bad spike.
Yeah.
Because our governor is a dipshit, and we were like one of the last states to close down.
Gotcha.
And one of the first to open.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, there's like a lot of, there are people like protesting having to wear masks and stuff. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's kind of that way up here too, man. I'm in Indianapolis, and I was talking to one of my friends yesterday. I was like, Indianapolis is weird because it's a city, but you still have a lot of like southern people at the same time. Like, I don't wear no mask, ain't gonna make me wear one. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, so it's weird up here too, man. But the good thing is there's been some good things happening for you guys with Sundressed and all of that stuff. It's been a good year. It's been a fun year for you guys. You guys signed with Rude. It got announced back in May, and you guys have been releasing some singles here and there, man. It's been an exciting year. I mean, let's take it back to when you guys signed with Rude. How did that whole deal come about? What was it about Rude Records that was perfect for you guys? Because that's a great label.
They really are. So basically, like making this whole record was very. We had a lot of hurdles making it because we were originally going to record at like the end of in the middle of 2018.
Gotcha.
And then we were this random industry stuff and lack of funds kind of just made that happen. But we had met this producer, Mike, in LA that we just loved. So we spent that like year and a half touring and just saving money to make it happen ourselves.
Right.
And we did finally. So we had the whole record, and we had talked to a few labels, and then my friend Jeff, who plays in a band called Sunsleeper, who's on Rude, suggested I just cold emailed them with the record, and they loved it, and
nice.
It worked out.
Nice.
But yeah, I really didn't know much about them, but they've just been so supportive and just so like socially conscious on the right side of history, and they're all the way over in Italy, and they're just amazing. Super stoked.
Is it difficult working with a label that's in Europe? It's not necessarily in the States. I mean, are there any hurdles that come with that?
It's kind of funny. We've gotten on a good routine because we do have to talk a lot right now because we're like, I'm sure we're like announcing the record this week and stuff like that. But I've realized that the best time for us to email, I can email them before I go to bed, and I'll have an answer by the morning because it's
nice.
It's like half a day ahead.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, that works out well.
So like when I'm going to bed, they're waking up.
Oh, that's perfect.
So there's like a few windows where we can like have a call, but they're really good on emails too. So it's
good.
Yeah.
Was the label something you guys were even really looking at or thinking about at any point, or was that just one of those things that just came up and it's like, oh well, yeah, that might not be a bad idea?
We had been like talking to a bunch over the years, like after our first record came out, and we had been touring and stuff, and honestly, we're at the point where like we're just tired of hearing these like, oh, it's just not right for us right now. We really like it, but like, stuff like that, to the point where we had this record and we loved it, and like we just wanted people to hear it. So they were probably one of the last people we reached out to before we would have just dropped it ourselves.
Gotcha.
I'm very happy they did because they've just provided so much support, and we've had like just a lot of people on board to like come up with ideas. Like we've had to get really creative in videos in a safe way right now. So.
Right. It looks like that's what you guys kind of did with the Oh Please video. Was the way that you guys did that because of COVID and the way things are right now?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
And it kind of worked with the theme of a lot of the songs on the record.
Right.
So it kind of worked out. But.
Yeah, listening to Oh Please and Home Remedy, dude, those songs are perfect for what's going on. It's fun how that's happening with music right now. Like, so many bands are releasing music and songs where they wrote the songs obviously before Corona and COVID hit, but they're releasing now, and it's perfect, and it's exactly what fans like us need, because it's always been this way with music and rock, metal, in our community, but, you know, we can relate to it so much that it's exactly what we need when it comes out. And a song like Home Remedy, just the lyrics in that song are perfect. Let's go with Home Remedy first, and kind of, how long ago did you guys write that song, and how did that come together, and how personal is that song for you?
It's pretty funny, actually, because that is the last song I wrote for the record, like a few weeks before we ended up recording. And I kind of knew that, like, all the songs had a sort of a similar theme, which are just kind of like things that our generation is facing right now that are just different than our parents, you know, like lack of health care, lack of, you know, good wages, all that stuff, and like the things that come along with that, the anxieties and mental health. So like I knew I needed a song to kind of wrap it up, and that it was really the first lyric that came to me that I really loved, and then the rest just came out really quick. Every time I feel like I'm dying, I'm actually fine. Like, that lyric is what stands out the most to me, because that's exactly right. Especially dealing with depression and anxiety, is you feel like everything is done and over, but when you sit down and when you get past it, you're like, no, I'm okay. You know, it's perfect, you know. So yeah, what you were talking about healthcare, my mom was talking to me about it, how, you know, it wasn't always this way. You know, we don't have all of the, you know, the luxuries that they had, and it is harder for our generation now to deal with anything, because it seems like anytime something good happens, there's another obstacle that gets put up that's worse, and it's like a domino effect, you know. Like, just when you think you're about ahead, something else happens.
Yeah, it sets you back that much more. The video for that song is very powerful. It's very deep, but it's also pretty straightforward at the same time. Where did you come up with the idea to do that video?
I guess I was just kind of shooting ideas back and forth with our video guy Jesse, who did that video, and we were just trying to think of, like, we were going through the gamut of a bunch of different ideas of, like, people bringing me different things to help me get better, and nothing's working, kind of, and
everybody gives you, like, their ideas on how to battle through whatever, and, you know, what works, but it doesn't, you know. Gotcha. That makes sense. And then going back to the Oh Please video, I mean, at one point did you guys decide to go that route with that? Because that's, like we talked earlier, with what's going on, everybody has to be, you know, separate and apart. So it's a very simple concept. At what point did you guys decide to go that route with that video?
I guess it was like a couple weeks into quarantine. We shot the Home Remedy video like the first weekend of March, I think.
Oh, okay.
So it was like right before, and then we didn't know this was going to happen. So we had other ideas, and like, actually, I'm not positive that we were originally going to have that as the second single, but it just made sense for that song to do a video that way, I guess, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
So, and that was literally like we have one member, our guitar player AJ, lives in San Diego, and our drummer Vic lives in Tucson, so we don't get together all the time anyways.
Right.
So it was pretty easy just to have, we had everyone just film on their phones, and we had someone edit it together to make it look good. But
nice.
pretty happy with how it came out for iPhone.
Oh yeah, dude. The stuff you can do on phones right now is ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah, totally.
It's insane. The idea to do a fan video contest. How did that idea come up, and what made you guys want to do that?
Well, it's really important for me to, like, make sure the people that support our band know how much I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And, I know so many people have been out of work and stuff like that, and, like, the first lyric of the chorus is, I can't pay a single bill, so it seemed like a perfect song to, like, do some kind of initiative like that.
Right.
So yeah, it was a cool idea, and another reason why Rude is such a great label. They were completely on board.
Yeah, and it helps when that's the case. And you don't know. That's one thing that's good about not going with a huge major label, because it's, you've got the people that really do give a shit that are there, that don't kind of leave you on your own or tell you exactly what to do or how to do it, because you can still be you can still be the artist. So
Yeah, it's been a process. We've worked with, like, smaller labels before, like Take This to Heart and Animal Style and stuff like that, but all those labels, at the time that we were with them, it was one guy running it, you know what I mean? So it was like kind of like still pretty DIY, where I was used to doing a lot.
Right.
So now that like the Rude has like a whole office of people and all these people in our emails, like I'm for sure annoying the crap out of them. Like just like sending all these, because I'm always just pumped on ideas and just like making it happen.
Right. Well, that's good though, and it's album release time right now too. So I mean, it's hectic for everybody when it comes to an album release. But when you're promoting, getting ready to gearing up to release a record when you're in the middle of something that's going on like right now, how difficult is it promoting a record and getting ready to release it when there's a global pandemic going on, where you don't know when you're going to be able to go out to tours to support these songs?
Yeah, that has definitely been really hard, and we just kind of decided that, like, because the songs are so relatable right now, and we have so much time to, like, make content, make everything special, that we should just get it out, because by the time we can tour again, we're probably going to be ready to record more songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
a lot of bands that are like have a record done, and they're like, we're already writing another one. We have nothing to do, So I mean, how creative do you have to get when it comes to promote? A lot of bands are doing the live streaming or the TikTok and the Facebook Live and Instagram Live. I mean, how creative do you guys have to get?
So we do have one thing. Did you see the video that's coming out tomorrow? Your Frequency?
I haven't seen that one yet. No.
Oh, okay. Well, we shot a video at our home venue for that, and while we were there, the sound guy came in and we actually did like a quick live set and recorded it and filmed video to make it like a whole like actual nicely recorded short little set. And we're working on some really funny, cool skits that are going to kind of go in between the songs to make it like a little, like, kind of just little variety show type thing, just to make it not just a camera pointed at the band kind of thing. So I'm hoping that comes out as good as we have planned it.
Oh, that's awesome! I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I like doing the live streams, but I don't know. It's been kind of hard because there's so many new platforms coming out where they're like starting to do ticketed ones, and like our agent asking if we want to do that, and it's like, do we really want to like charge for something that we would normally do for free? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And obviously there's a lot of organizations that we've been trying to donate to and help to, and so I just try to make them count when I do them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody's at the beginning of all of it. Nobody knew really what to do or anything and how to deal with any of it. So there's really been no right or wrong way, because everybody's trying to find that one way and one thing that works really well that inevitably everybody else is going to copy and use in the end anyway. But it's all about finding what, and every band or genre is different, because what works really well for one band may not necessarily work well for another, but everybody's searching for that one thing that's going to work to keep it going. So, I mean, I guess it's like throwing it against the wall and see what sticks, you know?
Yeah, totally.
So, you know? But as far as getting back to shows, we don't know when that's going to happen, but I mean, what's the rest of 2020 look like? The record releases this year and all that stuff, so is it just, you know, releasing the record, doing as much as you can to promote it with fans and finding a way to stay in front of the fans as the best way as possible, or are you kind of looking at what 2021 might look like right now?
You know, I haven't really thought too much into shows yet. I've just been kind of really just trying to focus on, you know, getting the songs out and just figuring out like special ways to present it, and working on. I really want to do like an actual full band live stream to do like a quote unquote like record release show.
Yeah.
Where we would like, you know, bring sound guy in, and we have a friend who's really good with Twitch and he's good with the stream. And then my idea is to kind of do it like, okay, this is the record release show, and then we'll do like an exclusive merch drop that night. Hello?
Sorry, I muted my phone.
Oh,
it decided, you know, as a touchscreen, the side of my face muted my phone.
Oh, I do that all the time.
That's perfect, though, man. That's an awesome idea for how to do it. I think fans would love that too, because, you know, it's almost like a ritual of going to the show and then in between bands or after the show going to the merch stand and, you know, maybe getting something signed, but buying that shirt that's like, you know, it's like a badge of honor for going to the show and all that stuff, you know. So that's fucking perfect, you know. But dude, thank you so much for taking time today. This has been great. The songs kick ass. Can't wait to hear more. Looking forward to the record release. New album out this year. Thank you so much, man. Stay safe, and hopefully we'll see you out on the road sometime soon.